And now I'm going to get into camera. Let's move this around here. Alright, that'll do. Hey guys, it's your buddy Jake Dominguez back to discuss some movie news. Yesterday, some absolutely crazy movie news came out. In an article in the new, a new article from the Hollywood Reporter. Let me bring it up right now. We've got some news that Warner Brothers is planning on rebooting The Matrix. And just like that, there was a glitch in the Matrix. In that the internet exploded, Twitter exploded, Facebook exploded, and everyone's mad. And I want to talk about that. To give you a bit of info on exactly the news, and it's not like 100% happening yet or clear what's going to happen, but they're in the works of rebooting, or rather doing more, like making more films within the universe of The Matrix. It's not clear the Wachowskis are involved at all at this point, and it appears they probably won't be. Supposedly the studio wants to get their, blessing, but I'm not sure if they really need to be honest. I'm a little iffy on that. But apparently there's potential interest in Michael B. Jordan to star. He was in Creed, Fruitvale Station. He's an incredible actor. And it appears that he even has a writer attached, supposedly, to write a treatment. Zach Penn. He wrote the script for X2, or he worked on worked on the story of X2. He's he must have worked on one of the few drafts. He's credited with the screenplay for X-Men 3. He did some work on The Incredible Hulk. He did the first draft of The Avengers. He directed a documentary called Atari Game Over, which is a really good documentary. Go on Netflix. I think it's still on there. And he's currently the co-writer of the new Pacific Rim movie, which I'm excited to see. And he's one of the writers on Ready Player One, the new Steven Spielberg film, which I'm extremely excited to see. He also co-wrote the script for Inspector Gadget. I love that movie when I was 5. Yeah, anyway, let's put away my phone for now. I want to look at you guys instead of my phone. Ever since this news was announced, the overall reaction I'm seeing from people is negativity. People hate this idea. A lot of people love The Matrix. I was around when The Matrix first happened, and I heard all about it. I was too young to see it back then. My parents didn't want me to see it. I think well enough, because I was just a scaredy cat when I was a kid. And even The Matrix itself, the first one, was probably too intense for me, needless to say. I don't know if I even wanted to see it anyway. It's like an adult movie, but I was like 5 or 4, blah blah blah. But I'm a huge fan of the first Matrix film. I enjoy the sequels. I respect them for what they are. There's good things in them, but overall, I agree with the consensus that they're really disappointing and inferior sequels. But people love them. I mean, I knew kids who dressed up as Neo for Halloween. Tons and tons of kids that like Halloween when that movie came out. And I'm just like, come on, guys, the new Star Wars is out. You're dressing like the Matrix characters? Who cares? I was confused as a 5-year-old kid. And I know people who love the Matrix to this day. I had a video game called Enter the Matrix that Wachowskis worked on, and I just loved that game. This is much later when the sequels came out, obviously, and it really wasn't that good of a game, but I played it all the time and I loved it because it was the Matrix, So I'm a big fan of this franchise. I know a lot of other people are too. And people hate this idea that they are rebooting The Matrix. Maybe it's just me having a positive outlook and trying to be an optimist, but I'm okay with the idea of them making a new Matrix movies. And that's what I want to make this video about. This is going to be 5 reasons why I'm okay with a new Matrix film. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe you'll disagree with me, but this is what I'm thinking. First of all, I get why people are mad. I'm tired of reboots. We're living in a world today where Hollywood is just devoid of originality. I go to the movies and every single preview is for a franchise film. And I love some of these franchise films. I love them, but that's all we're getting, and that is sad. And what else is there to tell in the Matrix story? It kind of ended with the third one, I'm sure a lot of you people would say, and yeah, I mean, that's the story the Wachowskis wanted to tell, whether you liked it or not. And what else can you do? And the overall consensus I'm seeing from people is just why? Why make a new Matrix movie? Why? Like, what's the point? And I guess my first reason why I'm okay with a Matrix reboot is just the opposite of that. Why not? I mean, why not? We're living in a world full of reboots that are great. In a world where Star Wars Episode 7 can happen and be a great movie and done extremely well and started the franchise over again, where we can get Rogue One, an awesome cartoon show, and Star Wars Rebels, and Rian Johnson, one of the greatest filmmakers ever, working on Episode 8. Like, in a world where that can happen, and that could be such a great movie, why not make a Matrix reboot? In a world where we're getting a sequel to Blade Runner, a movie which I've always said should have no sequel, but the sequel for Blade Runner is being directed by Denis Villeneuve. I think I said that right. Sorry. He's a brilliant director. Where it's getting the director of photography for the new Blade Runner is Roger Deakins, one of the greatest cinematographers ever. When you have Harrison Ford actually agreeing to come back in the Blade Runner sequel, crazy. When you have such an amazing cast like Ryan Gosling and like Robin Wright, I believe is in it, and just all the cast members who are confirmed to come back. I mean, we haven't seen the Blade Runner sequel yet. Maybe I won't like it. Maybe it'll be bad. I don't know. But in a world where some of the most brilliant artists are working on a sequel to Blade Runner and it has potential and I actually want to see it, why not make a new Matrix reboot? Why not? I mean, it's the world of the Matrix is incredible. It's a massive world. You could do all sorts of cool stories with the Matrix. Look at the Animatrix film that the Wachowskis kind of produced or whatever. Why not do movie versions of some of those or something? I don't know. Like, I think there's potential there. So why not? My second reason is a little cheesy. It sounds a little pretentious. But then again, we are talking the Matrix here. So, yeah, pretentiousness is going to be part of this conversation. But let's look at the world today. We're living in a world of social media. Cell phones everywhere. Heck, I started the beginning of this video looking at my phone just so I could read the article instead of looking at you guys. That's how ridiculous it is. We're in a world of Skype, social media, texting. We live on the internet now. Without the internet, our whole society would change forever. The internet, electricity, all of that is huge today. Think about that. The line between reality and the digital world is really blurred in today's age. That's our world today. And with the world of the Matrix, in the year 2016, or, well, obviously the movie isn't coming out this year, and it's not 2016, it's 2017. What am I thinking? Gosh. Have you ever started off a new year and you're still calling it like the old year after? I'm 3 months in, I'm still calling 2017, 2016. Yeah, I'm a doofus, sorry. Anyway, but yeah, in a world where the line between what is reality anyway, I mean, we're living in a digital reality. In a world where that's happening, why not look at a new Matrix film, or set of films, from that perspective? The world is different. What we consider, we're kind of living in our own little matrices sometimes, it seems like. Why not look at it from that perspective or something? I think in today's world, there's potential for some great Matrix stories. Number 3, and this is the same thing I said with Star Wars The Force Awakens. The reason why those movies work as well as they did, that movie worked as well as it did, is because of J.J. Abrams. That is J.J. Abrams' movie. Kathleen Kennedy was so smart in getting him to come back. Obviously, Lawrence Kasdan knew what she was doing, and he co-wrote the script with J.J. Abrams. But it's no secret, if you've been a fan of J.J. Abrams for a long time, and I have been, the man was a massive Star Wars fan his entire life. It's like the reason he got into movies and television shows and all of that. The reason he directed Star Trek is because it's the closest he ever come to a space movie. And when you watch The Force Awakens, you can tell that the man is a Star Wars fan. When you look at some of the greatest Marvel films, like Doctor Strange and Captain America Civil War, and what else? Like Iron Man, obviously. I mean, look at those films, Guardians of the Galaxy. You could tell that those filmmakers were fans of the original creations, the original comics and all that. So, yeah, get someone like that for The Matrix. How many filmmakers are there today who are super inspired by The Matrix who are now working today? How many visual effects people who are inspired by The Matrix are working today? Get those people to work on the new films, and they could turn out as great as ever. I think there's potential there. That's the word I keep on repeating over and over again, but I can't say it enough. There's potential here for great movies, I think. I honestly believe that. The fourth great reason is that we can learn from our mistakes. the two Matrix sequels, I'm not even going to go there. There's so much to talk about. But the Matrix just became overload. We wanted sequels so bad. They gave us two sequels that came out 6 months apart from each other. It was such a cultural phenomenon. And they just didn't work. I think they made like a Matrix RPG online game or something like that. I forget what it's called now. And it just died. People just lost interest in the Matrix. And I would say, learn from your mistakes. Like, how, honestly, if you can make a new Matrix film, can it really be that much worse? Sorry to be harsh, but can it be that much worse than what we got? I mean, I like those films for what they are. But maybe learn from your mistakes. Learn what the Wachowskis did with the Matrix franchise, what Warner Brothers did, and try to do the opposite of that, basically. Learn from your mistakes. How much worse can it be? And my fifth reason why I'm excited for this new Matrix film is kind of combined for that. Now, I'm going to hate myself for saying this. If you want to comment down below about how terrible I am for even thinking this, go ahead, because I deserve it. I hate myself for even thinking this. But I can't help it. But to be honest, one of the reasons I'm excited for a new Matrix film is that, how can I say this? Kind of what I said with the last one, learning from your mistakes. The Wachowskis aren't involved. I love the Wachowskis. I think they're really talented. And it's nothing against them. But maybe at this point, if you're going to make new Matrix stories, maybe it's best to kind of move on. They created this world, and they're very talented, brave filmmakers. And I love some of their work. I mean, I'm a big Speed Racer fan. That movie's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I think that film was actually pretty darn well done and original. But at the end of the day, after the last two films, I think it's best if they step back. Let someone else take the franchise, create this whole world they made, this Tolkien-like inspired world with just influenced by such great anime like Ghost in the Shell and Akira and all that. Let someone else take the reins of it. In a way, that makes me excited and interested. And I hate to say that because I have nothing against them. They're great filmmakers. But I think they're more interested in like making their original films anyway, if they could even get those really made. So why not? I think in a way that makes me interested to see what someone else does with this movie. In the end, guys, I'm positive about this. I think there's potential for a Matrix reboot. I'm surprised when I look online and see all the negative reactions. I completely understand it. I mean, maybe I should be more negative than I am, but I'm positive about this. I think there's potential here. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with anything I said? Am I crazy? Am I out of my mind? Am I just a suck up to the studio right now? Am I a suck up to Warner Brothers? Maybe I am. I don't know. But this is what I think. I'm positive about a Matrix reboot. And I don't know. Let's see what happens. You guys are the best. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And never forget, I'm your friend. I am always going to be there for you. You guys are the best. I'll see you next time.